And with that, I'd like to welcome to the stage John Emswiler for the Customer Spotlight.
Thank you, David. How about one more round of applause for Genesis and Broadridge? Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We're thrilled to be joined today by Keith and Mira of Wells Fargo for our first Customer Spotlight. Keith, we'll start with a question for you.
Sure.
A lot of what we've worked on together is to drive adoption throughout Wells Fargo of new technologies like Symphony, especially since the rollout last year. How do you and your team approach this rollout and adoption?
Yeah, good question, and thank you, by the way, for having me here, and it's nice to see you outside of a Hollywood Square. So for us, for the platform, we were looking at it from a communication perspective for our global CIB business. So when we looked at this, from my perspective, it was really covering 5 Cs. So we had to deal with coverage, which is our international population. We had to deal with compliance, of course, so that these communications are done in a compliant way. We had to deal with the solution itself and what that meant for our users and the user experience, so communication itself. Also consolidation, so how do we integrate this with things we already have and platforms we're already using? And then, of course, culture. We've been telling all of our people at Wells Fargo for the last 3 years, don't text. Just don't text. You cannot text. Our clients have gotten used to us not texting, so how do we change the culture? So our program had to look at this from an enterprise-wide level, had to look at it with a global lens, had to look at solutioning that included things like WhatsApp as well as SMS so we could cover a global population. And it also had to look at how we communicate with our businesses and set expectations with our clients so that we could start using these tools. And as John knows from our interactions, this is not an easy uplift, right? We're trying to change our culture, but we've had it rolled out now globally, and people are starting to use it. We do have some power users too, which is great, including some of our senior executives. So yes, it's definitely a broad lens. It's a very multifaceted, enterprise-wide program that takes a lot of people and a lot of coordination and organization to get it done.
No, that's great, Keith. And it's true, it takes time, really, to build momentum. So, Mira, great to have you on stage. You've been involved with Symphony nearly from the beginning, and we often discuss how to match the right technology with the right groups internally. How do you identify where there is a need, and most importantly, where groups are open to new workflows?
Yep. Thanks, John. It's been 7 years, and it's been a wonderful journey. So to answer your question, first of all, we leverage existing relationships to understand the business objectives by aligning the technology with the firm's strategic goals. We constantly identify areas where Symphony can drive efficiency, improve customer experience, or potentially reduce costs. We also engage with different businesses within the firm to understand their challenges. This helps identify specific areas where Symphony can make a significant impact, prioritizing use cases based on factors such as return on investments, feasibility, and alignment with business objectives. We also evaluate other technology solutions that can address specific needs and consider factors such as scalability, integration capabilities, and most importantly, security. Conducting pilot tests to prove that Symphony meets the needs of the specific use cases. We constantly partner with stakeholders to gather their feedback to make any necessary adjustments. So by following these steps, we can effectively identify and implement Symphony solutions that address specific use cases, which can lead to improved efficiency and a competitive edge in the industry.
That's a great answer, and I know it's, I think, a theme that people will hear again. Pilots, proof of concepts are critical to understanding the security embedded in Symphony's platform and then how it can be more broadly put to use within Wells Fargo and many of the other firms here. So for both of you, please take a minute to jump in and share a bit about what lies ahead. Wells Fargo has presented on the Innovate stage in past years, showcasing bots and integrations that various teams around the firm have developed. what's next when you think about the future developments?
Sure. So we're currently piloting Symphony for collaboration and wire payments for workflows for strategically important clients to enhance and deepen long-term relationships. Potential use cases include push notifications of critical items to clients in scope, and prioritizing and monitoring client dashboards and queues, and automating notifications and alerts to the executive team based on predefined thresholds. We will also be engaging Symphony in a pilot to expand the operations directory we built last year to other operations department across multiple line of businesses. This will help the team quickly find and connect with peers and expedite exception resolution and issues. So we're also considering building an escalation bot to address any exceptions in real time.
Oh, it's great, and it doesn't happen right away, right? It's great to see the operations directory taking shape and form after a few years in development, if you will. So Keith, anything you'd like to add about what lies ahead?
Sure, and this is near and dear to your heart because you're always tapping me on the shoulder, including through Symphony, to come and talk about these things. So yeah, basically from my lens and CIB's lens, it's really about the ecosystem, right? Looking to the future, the idea is that if the communication platform is going beyond just chatting with the client, but creates an ecosystem of integration with our systems, overlaying AI where that's possible to help with the process. And I like what I saw with Will from Genesis, because I think that's the next level for us, is really taking it to the sales side, whether it be from our markets division or even our banking side. Like the vision I see is that the banker can start with a pitch, meets a client at a conference like this, that is added as a contact. That contact directly integrates with our CRM systems. Based on who the client is, the industry that they're in, AI may overlay it and suggest what we do, pull it from our pitch book systems, immediately be able to send that out to the client, integrate internally with someone on our Teams network that can then go ahead and be the back office for that process. They know what's happening, and it's on an internal chat. And then we maybe move it to deal room, right? And so now we're in deal room, and that's all integrated with the platform, and so everything can be connected together. And then AI gets as good as basically making suggestions, doing follow-ups, reminding the banker what they need to do, perhaps even just suggesting outreach to the client. So from my lens, it's that type of ecosystem where everything is integrated. And as John said, that's a lot of work. It's a long way off, but that's the vision that we have.
Terrific. Thank you very much, everyone.